What's going on, friends? Ronin's Garage. Back again with another video. Well, it's almost time for me to change my oil. And I've been looking online at all these different videos where they're talking about which oil is the best, how long you can go, is it 10,000 miles, should you get a 20,000 mile oil? Even with a 20,000 mile oil, it still depends on your driving habits. It doesn't matter. Now, if you get a 20,000 mile oil and you leave it in there for a while, let's say you running late on your oil change, the car's been sitting up for a while, then yeah, it will probably still protect your vehicle until you actually get it changed. But to purposely wait 20,000 miles to change, driving every day, and you wait 20,000 miles, there's no guarantee there won't be damage to your engine. I'm just saying. It ain't no guarantee. So, recently, in the past, well, since my last oil change, a month after my last oil change, I've noticed a bit of knocking. Like, I think it's my lifters. I'm not sure. Let me do some research. I have hydraulic lifters, and those lifters have to have oil. They got a little porthole in it that the oil goes through to help quiet the engine. Well, I change my oil religiously every 3 months, depending on my driving. Once again, depending on my driving. It's usually every 3 months. Sometimes it's every 6 months. But regardless of the interval, when it's time, when I get that notification on my screen that says, hey, it's time to change your oil, I change my oil. But I also noticed that I was a quart low. By the time I changed my oil, I was a quart low. And I'm like, what the? So I'm looking online to see if anybody else had this problem. And true enough, there's one guy, I think he had some type of sports car, a Honda, or what's one of those little small import cars. I forget what he had, but he was talking about switching to Castrol. So he checked it out. He did a follow-up video, and he said it works a lot better for him. So I did some more checking with my usual channels that I follow, and they were recommending, some of them, not all of them, they were recommending the full synthetic. Like, okay, I already use full synthetics, so why is it that this synthetic is different from that synthetic? Well, evidently not all oils are made the same. Some, just like top tier gas, have better additives in it. I'm like, that makes sense. And then I tried one more video. There's a black guy from Florida. I can't think of his name right now. And he was talking about it. I'm like, okay. I'll go ahead and try it. I only bought a quart because, again, it's not time for me to change my oil yet. So I bought a quart. I put half a quart in. Didn't want to put too much. Didn't notice anything the first day. The second day, I'm driving around here, there, everywhere. I'm sitting at a stoplight. No radio on. like, where's the noise at? So as the light turned green, I take off, and that's when I notice the noise has decreased. It didn't go away, but it decreased. That's progress. So it's back again. The noise has come back. Like I said, I do believe it's my lifters. I pretty much confirmed that when I put the half quart of oil in there and it quieted down. So I'm going to put the rest of the oil in there, see if that helps, because I'm hoping there's no other damage to my internals on my engine. And if it does work, I will be switching to Castrol. Now, before Castrol, I've used, let's see, Supertech. Good oil. In fact, when I used the regular 10,000 mile Supertech, I felt a little underpowered, so I ended up switching to the Supertech Advanced Synthetic 20,000 miles, and it seemed to be working. But like I said, I was still burning a quart of oil. So what I decided to do is go old school. And when I say old school, I mean when I first started getting into cars, I thought about all the products that I used, and I wanted to see if they had made any improvements since then, and I was going to start there. So of course, the first thing that I use, first oil I used that I ever changed was Valvoline. So this was Valvoline 530 Full Synthetic Advanced. Now, this, and by the way, they're both Dexcool, and that was another thing. They're both Dexcool, and I was told that Dexcool is another requirement. If it says that it's Dexcool approved, then it's good for Ford, Chevys, and other domestic vehicles. Okay. But the thing is, the way this engine is designed, the Supertech is good, but by being closer to 10 years old, it needs a little extra added protection. And I couldn't find a 5W40. So I said, okay, I'll stick to 530, but I got to do better. I just have to. So even though they're both Dexcool approved, like I said, the Valvoline is, in my opinion, for my engine, the Ecotech 4-cylinder, the Valvoline was better. But again, I was still losing that extra, that I won't say extra, but I was still losing that 1 quart of oil. So then I switched to the Valvoline Full Synthetic. Extended protection. I'm like, okay, it's extended protection, so it should be a little better. Yes, it did get better. But this is the oil that I put in there right before I started experiencing that ticking noise, which upset me. So the Valvoline worked flawlessly for a while, and then I started hearing that ticking. I wasn't losing a full quart of oil, but I was still losing oil. I was still burning oil. Like I said, with the full synthetic advanced, I was from that back, even with the Super Tech, I was losing a quart of oil. It wasn't until after I changed to the full synthetic extended protection that it decreased. Now again, it decreased. It didn't stop. It wasn't until I tried the 1 quart, the half a quart of Castrol, that the lifters quieted down. So yeah, I will be switching over to Castrol from the Valvoline, and hopefully I can keep that ticking noise from coming back. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Either one of these are good, but if your vehicle, on average, I would say if your vehicle is more than 5 years old, Valvoline or Super Tech, either one is pretty good. However, if you notice after a month, if you've noticed that your engine is ticking after a month prior, why can't I speak straight? Ugh. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm out in the garage and the pollen is starting to get to me. But if you notice ticking sound, it could be your valve lifters. Hopefully that's what it is, and that they're not damaged to the point where you have to get them replaced. Get you a quart of oil, high grade oil, mobile oil, or in this case, like I'm doing, Castrol. Put half a quart in there and see if it quiets down. If it does quiet down, then you need a better grade of oil. So in that case, you might have to go with Valvoline or Castrol. I personally am going with the Castrol. You do your own thing, and I'm just giving out advice. All right, guys. Talk to you later.